The following program contains coarse language and nudity.
Hello.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey, howdy, VGS listeners, and welcome into the one, the only, the world-famous video game show, and for the unprecedented 12th time E3 review night here at the video game show. I'm your host, Rich Bergen. Alongside me tonight, we got the one, the only, Mr. Matt Gurley.
Howdy ho, everyone.
And we've got, returning back with us because he hasn't offended enough people yet, the one, the only, Mr. Jake Friedel.
Well, hello.
Hello. Good to have you back.
Thank you.
Welcome back. So, before we go into it, we're going to obviously talk a ton of E3. E3?
E3?
E3.
Is E3 happening?
It did. Well, yeah, it did.
This is like subliminal messaging.
What are we talking? What is this?
E3.
It's like a video game convention. I think it's in Tulsa. It's a show. One guy goes, "Here's what's coming out," and he plays his on his he's got Tube TV.
Yeah.
Well, this sounds interesting.
Yeah, and he shows all the new games. Tekken 2's coming out.
Oh.
Gran Turismo's coming out. Aladdin for the Genesis is coming out soon.
Nice.
Yeah, so if you haven't heard about it, them's the news. And that's all for the show. Thanks for listening.
Yeah. Oh, and don't forget about the Atari 3400 prototype we saw.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it was a clear case.
Yeah.
I hear it'll also record DVD software.
Yes, you can run DVDs on your Atari 3400. Okay.
So, the big bear elephant, which is E3, is among us. And so far, so good. And for me, so good. Rich, so good.
Pretty good.
Jake?
I'm really enjoying it. Definitely will be picking up some of the games they're showing.
The only thing I got post E3 Partum depression, which is after you see all these games and you see all the stuff
and
that
you
like
realize the release date
is nowhere near here. Like the first time you go into a game store after E3, you're like, oh yeah, I can't go get Horizon.
Right.
It's not out yet.
or Resident Evil or
or any of the Days Gone or any of the really big games that you saw that you're like, oh my gosh, I want to play that. No, you gotta wait a little while.
Actually, I heard there's a demo that you
for
can
Resident
play of
Evil
Resident
on
Evil.
PlayStation 4. Yeah, it's available
is
now.
that already? Okay.
Yep. So I'm gonna do that tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is it the kitchen thing we saw on the?
I don't know what the heck it is, but it looks creepy. That video of Resident Evil, and all of a sudden he opens. There's that door open, and you see that zombie walk by. It was creepy.
Yeah, it looks good.
The fact of the matter is,
Is that a zombie? I thought that was Ted Nugent.
It is Ted Nugent. It is Ted Nugent.
Is zombie Ted Nugent?
He had the cat scratch
Resident
fever.
Evil has really. I wish we could cue that.
Cat scratch fever gave me zombie brains.
So, Resident Evil 4 was, I think, most people's last favorite one, even though it was a huge departure. 5 was okay, but a little ridiculous, and 6 was absolutely horrendous by most accounts. Most people don't like 6.
I was gonna say, well, I like the Leon story in 6,
But by then, it's not survival horror. 4, 5, and 6 to me are more action.
they are
action
yes,
horror
they are
games.
just action
And
games.
not that they're bad. But
And then when you realize that the 6 in Resident Evil 6 is a woman blowing a giraffe, you can never unsee that.
Yes,
it's
no matter what
embedded
version
into
you
your
buy.
mind forever.
Which is a good thing.
But 6 was very poorly received, and even they just did a HD remake as if anyone wanted it. No,
but because you'll be able to get it 30 times more.
Yeah, for the next 8 systems.
It's Capcom.
But no, Resident Evil is going back. Looks like they're going back to the roots. It's a rickety old mansion in the middle of nowhere. I don't care if it's first person. I don't care if it's VR. I don't care. I just like the setting. I hope it's slow as hell. And it's just that's Resident Evil to me.
What it kind of reminds me of is what they did with Silent Hill 4, which actually
The Room. Yeah.
Actually, I really enjoyed that.
The Room is
game.
awesome.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that down on that, but I
That
actually
needs
really
an
enjoyed
HD
it.
remake.
Yeah.
How do you do 2 and 3 and then just go, oh, we're not going to put The Room on there as well? Because they did on PlayStation 3 and 360. There's Silent Hill 2 and 3. And 3, in my opinion, is my least favorite, Silent Hill.
Really? Yeah.
I like 2 the best, and then 4 after that.
Which one had all the dead rabbits around the carnival ride?
Oh, that was 3.
That was 3?
Yeah.
Okay. The dead, creepy rabbit things.
I've actually really enjoyed every Silent Hill.
No. That's just my rank. They're all. I like them all.
fair
I
enough.
just but I like 2 the best, and The Room was this really cool concept.
Even the ones that were after
When I hear The Room, all I think of is Tommy Wiseau.
Oh, hi, Michael. Lisa, you're tearing me apart.
You're tearing me apart. Oh God, that's gonna get really stupid.
There was an old YouTube video thing for a while there, which was the guy Tommy was made to play video games by aliens, and he'd play these video games. And I'm like, you guys completely missed the point. You should have made him play The Room.
Yeah.
And told him it was called The Room. They even tell him the Silent Hill part and have him just go nuts with it. But no, never did that. That's a damn tragedy. But yeah, Resident Evil, I'm definitely excited about. But you know what? It made me kind of sad because I was just thinking of, like, I would love to see a new Silent Hill game.
Right.
I'd love to see. I'll tell you. Actually, you know what really.
At first, I go, "Well, they should," and then I realize the company, that owns
which is
Silent
also
Hill.
the reason why we'll never get what I really, really want.
I know.
Which is a Clock Tower game.
Yeah. What? No, not true. That exists already, buddy. Did you know that came out already
No.
for PC?
No.
Yeah.
You bought that, didn't you?
Yeah. What's it called? I backed it on Kickstarter. It failed on Kickstarter, but they still released it. I can't remember the name of it.
It's not called Clock Tower?
Too.
Yeah.
It's not called Clock Tower.
No.
But it's by the people who make
It's
it.
like
Oh, yeah,
Bloodstain.
absolutely. Yeah.
for
Okay.
that.
Okay, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Now I'll have
Oh,
to
yeah.
look into what that's called.
You'll have to check it out. Yeah.
I'm sure I can Google Clock Tower new game and it'll tell me
I
what
will
it
say
is.
you can tell it was made on a budget, but it's still worth playing.
Okay, I need to check that out because I've desperately been...
Night Cry is the name of it.
Not Cry?
Night Cry.
Night Cry. Okay, Night Cry. Have to look into that.
Project Scissors, Nightcry. Yeah.
Project Scissors?
Yeah, that's what the project was called that, but Nightcry is the game.
Scissor me timbers. I'll have to go out and get that
So
game.
yeah, what you're saying, Konami is out. Konami's out. We could PT would have been the end all coolest
Yeah.
horror game because I wish there was some
Konami's
way
off the rails.
I could find a way to download that demo.
I've got it, thankfully.
You don't have to worry about that because Death Stranded's coming.
Yeah.
I didn't. You
It's
know
not
what?
supposed
You
to
didn't-
have anything to do with it, unfortunately, though.
It's still it's still Kojima, and it's still Norman Reedus, and it's still a horror game.
No. Did
It's
you
an
see
action-
the interview?
Isn't it like an action?
No,
He,
it's not a horror
yeah,
game?
no, it's gonna be an action like survival. It sounds like Metal Gear with.
How could that be an action game after that trailer?
They asked him
it's
about the
Kojima.
trailer. Yeah, they asked him about the trailer. He said the trailer is basically like a portrayal of him and game companies. Like, I guess that's
The
why the
dead
symbolism
crabs
is
and-
like, well, I think like the baby, and you see like it taken out of him, or like he has the scar.
But yeah, it still has the umbilical cord attached to him.
Yeah, I don't really.
It's Kojima though, so
Yeah.
you really shouldn't like. It's not. As
I
clear
respect
as
Kojima-san, so
yeah.
I will not
And
question
that,
it. But
they unveiled his logo for his
company, Kojima
it's
Productions.
totally awesome looking.
it's the skull inside of the helmet kind of
Yeah,
thing.
but it looks just really
It
cool.
does look badass.
So I'm all for.
By the way,
That.
By the way, there's your award for biggest pop of E3 was when Kojima came out at the Sony press conference. That was the loudest cheer of anyone anywhere, and that was beyond the point of like we paid 100 people to cheer ridiculously loud at crap that's clearly not obviously need to be cheered for. I'm looking at you, Bethesda, but yeah, people are clearly excited about that. I want to see what Death Strand's is going to end up being about. I guess we're just gonna free flow through this. Like, I guess let's just kind of like go around,
pick one.
talk
You
about stuff like
what's got
Okay.
you most? What's got you jiggling?
Can I say, going into E3, knowing some of the games that were coming out, can I tell you one that I got immediately excited for that I never thought in a million years I would be excited for?
What is that?
Titanfall 2.
Yeah,
I am
I
legit.
didn't actually watch it. I need to.
yeah.
check
I
this
haven't
out.
watched. I saw pictures, but I haven't seen like footage of it.
Here's the thing. It looks great, but the original Titanfall looked good too.
You're right.
It played well. The problem was
No single player campaign.
no single player campaign. They're putting in a single player story mode into part 2. There's going to be a relationship between you and your Titan, and that like the fact there's a single player thing where I don't have to depend on multiplayer aspects makes me really excited for that game. Which I never thought would come out of E3 saying. And weirdly enough, it was the first game I think shown at any of the press conferences. It was an EA game.
It was
I think
out
it was
of
the first
out of
thing.
the gates early.
Yeah, they went right at
And
it
that's
saying, "Let's go."
cross-platform now, right? I mean,
Titanfall.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
going to be on PlayStation 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
And the thing is, Titanfall 1 was a really solid shooter.
I agree.
Because it's the guys from Modern Warfare 1 and 2.
Yeah, it's Infinity War. It's Respawn. Yeah.
And so the play
Well, let's be honest.
is tied.
It's Infinity War. It's Infinity War.
It's the good part of Infinity War.
Right, because I think we've talked about this show before. The only people left at Infinity War after they left was like Bob and Accounting, the janitor,
Yeah.
that guy in HR that no one wants to talk to,
And they
that
asked
lady
that
who always
they-
eats the smelly lunch, and
And they go, Bob, what do you want to see? Futuristic space shooters. Keep them coming. Okay, Bob, you got it. So
let's dive right into that.
I don't want to dive into that. What
No.
We've already gone over this.
I got to mention this. The way that game was presented make no damn sense.
What?
First of all, they waited
Infinite
until
Warfare?
Infinite Warfare.
Yeah.
Okay, so it comes in during the PlayStation 4 press conference, the last press conference, frankly. I'm not even going to count what Nintendo did today as a press conference. Sony's was the last press conference. We get Infinite Warfare, but the funniest thing about that whole thing was the lead into that was all about the PlayStation VR, which we will talk about a little bit later.
Yeah.
But it literally, at first I thought we were seeing a VR space shooter game. And it wasn't until the bitter end did I realize that they finally showed the logo. Was it like, oh, this is a Call of Duty game?
Right.
And you talk about a crowd being like, woo, whatever. And then they showed, of course, the Modern Warfare HD remake that everybody does want. And there's cheers for that. And some boos because everyone realized Activision was not smart enough to make the decision.
If they wanted to get more cheers, they'd be like, and selling separately.
There it is.
Yep, that's exactly, I hope, I have boycotted it. I will not be purchasing a Infinite Warfare. I will wait until the remastered is available on its own. I'll buy that for sure.
Yeah, don't worry.
But
it will bottom out in price
as I said,
in no time.
I'm going to jump on the old Battlefield 1 hype train.
Yep.
I'm boarding that. We're going to Hypeville, and we're going to hopefully have a good time.
Toot toot.
Yeah. Battlefield is going where I wanted Call of Duty to go.
Now, did you see the footage?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Did you
Looks
see the footage?
really
The
good.
hour-long,
Yeah.
32
Looks
multiplayer.
like solid Battlefield to me.
It does.
Which is what I want. I just want something I know. I don't want to
Right.
be worried about, like, your exoskeleton is equipped with a toaster and an AM radio.
Yeah.
Like, what do I need with that?
Here's the thing that's blown my mind about this already. It's going through already the same crap that Far Cry Primal went through, which was everyone complaining about the weaponry. It's like, people, it's a World War I game. Understand where technology and weaponry was in World War I.
I think it's even cooler
not
because of
modern
that.
warfare.
I agree, yeah.
Well, right, but people are like, horses against tanks? Like, yeah,
Dude, that would be
was
awesome.
a thing. Trench warfare was a thing. Like, World War I...
It's a slower war, too.
Yeah.
It's not like you got, like... Even modern warfare, it's a slower paced war. And the thing is, I think what I read, it's not accurate story wise, but the settings, the weaponry, and everything else is accurate. But it's not going to be like I don't think it's literally what happened. But
Am I the only one who wants a Revolutionary War game where you line up and then you shoot and then reload for
5 minutes with a musket?
Just continually hammer X
hit
to
X to
load the-
powder. Oh no, your barrel's jammed. Hold A to lie on ground and pray.
Yeah. You respawn every like half an hour.
Search and destroy. There they are.
10 of your team members died of dysentery during this battle.
Oh, that would be
I would
terrible.
play it for one round. I mean, it'd be great.
Because after that one round, it's a finite game. After you die,
Yeah.
the game deletes itself from the hard
that's
drive,
it.
and in the disc, it etches a scratch into the disc.
So
it's no
you
longer
better be really good with that muzzle loader.
It does come with a mirror. It does come with a demo of that French Revolution game that looks
Can
amazing.
you imagine that game on the Wii? Turn your nunchuck up. Just go like this. No, you're taking the nunchuck and putting it down the Wii. Like, it would look so ridiculous. I realize this isn't a video show, so none of you
I
care.
think they can imagine.
Matt was
but-
making
I
masturbatory.
think everyone who's seen what it looks like to reload a musket and can imagine what motions you're making with the Wiimote.
Yes.
But
during
yeah,
that time
so
frame.
I'm excited for Battlefield. Gameplay looks solid. You were saying people are complaining.
Well, people can complain.
Yeah.
They're gonna complain regardless. Yeah, you're right. But the thing is, like the guns, like there was one gun where he shot it, took a second to reload, took a little
Right.
longer, and then it's just But Battlefield has always been a slower paced game, anyways. Even with the newer, even with 3 and 4, and it's been just kind of It plays on a bigger scale. You're not just running around like you're cracked out killing everyone. It's a more methodically played game too, especially if you're playing like Conquest or something teen oriented.
I was gonna say that's why I always like.
It's World War I, so it's you're not cracked up. You're on greenies.
Yeah.
Or was the ball players were taken back in the day?
Yeah, that's why I loved Call of Duty World at War. Yeah, I mean, you had to be somewhat accurate. It's not just spray and pray. Yeah,
right, exactly.
Like, you know?
I'm cool with that. What else?
What are you excited for? Your
Yeah.
biggest excitement?
Well, I figure we'll just go around the table.
Actually,
a few more
I
times
think,
doing this.
well, I would say Resident Evil.
You're
But, you know,
optimistically...
yeah, I'm optimistic about it, but surefire, I'm certain will be excellent, is Dead Rising 4. I think that'll be great.
Set at Christmas time. I love the trailer of
Yeah,
it.
I mean, it's ridiculous. That's
Here's a sin. I've never played any of the Dead Rising
wow,
games.
that's amazing. And
they
you
are
probably
they are ridiculously stupid fun.
It's
for mowing
arcadey,
down.
like it's just you're just killing zombies and using creative.
I mean, you know,
weaponry to
and
kill
it's
them.
like, yeah,
Well, if
do
you want
this mission, do that mission.
If you want
type thing,
arcadey, you get Dead Rising 3 and then download the DLC, which is like Dead Rising 3 Omega Alpha
Yes.
Protocol 411
Yeah,
Alpha
they even
dash
named
Z.
it this.
Oh, is it
yeah,
really?
yeah.
It's like mocking all the Capcom.
and then you can play as
things.
like Hagar and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We're talking about zombie games, though. My one favorite zombie game of all time, still. I wish I get an HD remake of this. Would be Left 4 Dead. Not 2. I don't like 2 that much, but 1. I can't tell you. I mean, my buddies Josh and Tyler and I would stay up to the wee hours of the night playing that game and viciously cursing at each other when someone got stomped by the tank. We'd go rescue them, and then we died, and then the boat left. Where were you, Tyler? They listen, so they're going to be
those are
giving
good
me
games, yeah.
crap about that. But yeah, Left 4 Dead. I was really hoping from. And did Valve give anything yet?
No, they still don't know how to count to 3.
I don't think they ever will. And that's a bummer too, because Portal 1 and 2,
Right.
those are some of my favorite games of all time. I love Portal. The
Yeah,
personality of those games.
Yep.
I was going to say, I think everyone will agree with you that add 3 to any of the following games, people will be happy. Left 4 Dead,
Yeah.
Portal,
Half-Life.
Half-Life, of
Half-Life,
course.
Sin. I think that's really the 4
And
you need.
what's the one that's? Aren't they doing a new System Shock?
That's Bioshock.
Well, no, because Bioshock is
I
a spiritual
heard
successor.
System Shock was getting an HD.
Yeah, but that's a big deal because System
Yeah.
Shock is apparently like a really cool.
Oh, it is.
yeah,
System Shock
survival
2
like
is really
shooter like for its time, and it's pretty
right.
advanced.
But that's
for its
not
time.
Valve property. But yeah,
You're right.
it would
You're
be cool
right.
to
You're
see.
right. What do I think?
2K. That's 2K.
Okay.
Well, it's 2K now. It
Now,
wasn't 2K
right.
then.
What
Right,
was it
yeah,
then?
what-
Sierra or something?
Whoever made Bioshock?
Yeah, I can't think of.
I can't think
it.
of who it was. The Visceral, maybe. I don't know. It'd be easier
Actually,
to probably.
Visceral doesn't exist anymore now.
No, I mean everybody is engulfed in
Yeah,
something. and-
right. They've
yeah,
all gotten
somebody
bought
owns
out.
somebody who owns somebody who owns somebody here. I gotta tell you, this is completely odd too, and this happened at the same press conference. I'm excited for a sports game. FIFA 17 looks incredible.
Get out.
I don't care what you say. I think it looked incredible. I love the idea of the journey segment, which is the storyline of the player Alex Hunter's career from start to finish. I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I think it adds something new and neat to that game
That's
dynamic.
not a
and-
bad idea, but like with all sports games, I think it should be bi-yearly.
Yeah, or
Because-
I mean,
Or you should be
You
able
don't
to
update
have
the
to-
roster
you
with
don't-
DLC.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
With these new consoles, you can't tell me you couldn't download a graphics
Right.
update.
You should have been
roster
able to
update.
do this since 360 came out.
But you don't have to buy it every other year.
Right.
Like I buy,
But
I
people
buy.
do. That's the
do,
thing.
yeah.
They come out and like Call of Duty. At least I'll give them that. It's like each developer is like every other year.
Right.
But you know what? Though, here's the thing, though. To me, it's kind of like the same argument as why like people get pissed off at what athletes make. If someone's willing to pay them to do it,
I
who
agree.
cares?
I agree.
If there's somebody who buys every single Madden game every year, more power to them. Do you need to do it?
Yeah.
But someone doesn't. No one's forcing a gun to that person's head saying you need to go
No,
buy
it
this.
surprises me. I get because I've played every time I play a new sports game. Like this is way over.
I know
Yeah,
at least
I
I know at
agree.
least 3 people off the top of my head who own game consoles who own every single Madden game. And that's all they
That's some
own. That's
serious
all they do
dedication.
Yeah.
is they play Madden, and occasionally you'll see an NCAA game, and the only other games in their library is a Grand Theft Auto game and Final Fantasy VII. That's their gaming libraries. That all they do is they count down the days to Madden.
Yeah.
And it's working because they keep making every year, so clearly there are people buying it every
You know,
year. No
funny
one's putting a
thing-
gun to those people's heads. They're just doing it.
Funny thing is, I see a lot of crossing with Madden and Call of Duty. Like people I know that are hardcore Call of Duty, like they play
The
the, crap out of
bro-
sport. Yeah,
the bro
I
type.
think that's really what it is.
It's
but-
younger high school kids, college kids that are,
Gonna go pick
Right.
up my men. Gonna go pick up my Call of Duty. Gonna pick
Which-
up my sweet case of Mountain Dew.
Yeah, which
pick
makes
up my double
sense.
XP for the weekend.
Which
Do
makes
do,
sense.
bro.
You can pick up those games for nothing, the next year because
Right,
yeah,
exactly.
right.
well, hell, what's the free game on PlayStation 4? It's NBA 2K16 or
No, I
whatever.
didn't even realize
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Which I'm not a basketball fan, nor am I a sports basketball game fan either. But if you are and you don't have the game, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I mean, I like checking out every new console generation.
I like to see the
I like to-
later
yeah.
iteration. The first year of the sports games I don't, because usually they're for both generations.
yeah, true.
But I like to see like the
And
second
usually
or
the
third.
later generation looks better than the newer generation.
That's the thing.
Like Madden, when it came out on Xbox 360, I remember checking out both on Xbox 360 and Xbox for comparison on the radio show, and my comment was, it looks better on the Xbox than it does on the 360.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's
it
just
was
'cause it
more
was-
depth of crowd detail, but down close, Xbox looked crisper than the 360.
Huh, that's
It was very
That's,
bizarre.
that's why it is fun. Like I remember, I downloaded NHL 16, the demo, because 16, there was nothing for the 360 or
Right.
PS3. It's fun to look at and play, but it's like I'm not that person. There's nothing wrong with you do that, but I'm not the person that shells out 60 for a sports game every year.
Right.
Especially if you're a sports nut and you like baseball,
When I-
hockey, football. That's a lot.
Let's make something clear though. When I say I'm going to pick up a FIFA 17, I don't mean I'm going to pick it up the day it
one,
comes out.
yeah.
I'm going to wait the 3 months when it's $20,
Right.
and then I'm going to pick it up.
Right.
That's how I'm going to play FIFA 17.
At least you're always guaranteed that with sports games. Like it's never gonna be like, well, that rare Madden game.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
nope.
College hoops, 2K, whatever for the GameCube.
For the GameCube,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm going to point to that. There are a handful of rare ass sports games out there. They're few and far between. Kind of just tying down EA's press conference. They were the first one. Yeah, there's a new Madden coming. Woo, no one cares. We did see a sort of an update on Mass Effect Andromeda, but I'm not even going to call it that because you saw production behind the scenes and you
Right.
saw rendering. Which tells me this game is not coming out to holiday 2017 at the
Yeah,
earliest. Like, you show no gameplay footage, you're not coming out.
Was that
anytime.
supposed to be, what was her name, Miranda at the end of it? Was it supposed to be your version of...
Shepard.
Yeah.
I think that's supposed to be your version of a Shepard. I don't think that's Miranda.
Oh, okay.
I don't think that's taking place in the same timeline. I think that's a distance from where you were playing last time.
Gotcha.
I might be wrong, but if that was Miranda, then I'm going to call a lot of bullshit on some things about that being Miranda.
Oh, okay.
If that's her in Andromeda. Some of the other things they showed off, for those people who played Unravel last year, there is a new indie game Fee coming, which looks pretty cool. It's about nature and audio. They showed off a circle jerk reel of a bunch of Star Wars games coming up, but really you didn't see much of anything. All you know is there's more Battlegrounds stuff coming out. We know from the PlayStation VR there's a VR version of that coming out. I think, though, the standout, of course, is going to be Battlefield 1. Battlefield 1 looked just effing incredible, and I don't think you could say anything more than that. Battlefield 1's EA's big dog in this holiday season.
What I'm curious to see, though, is if... well, I'm sure the sales will do enormous on that. I'm curious to see if the next Call of Duty is going to be...
Star Wars?
No.
Laser blasters?
Is going to go back to a World War or something like that.
Well, the next Call of Duty is going to be, I assume, Black Ops 4.
No, it's going to be Ghost.
What are Sledgehammer
Ghost.
or whatever?
It's Ghost. It's Ghost iteration.
Oh, God. Okay, well...
Ghosts in World War One.
This is new. What's that jetpack? It's time traveling, and they time travel to World War One with the future.
Yeah.
In other
Space boots.
Yeah, it's in the manual.
Dude,
you don't see.
If that were them, I would troll them. I would just be like, "Oh yeah, it's Call of Duty in World War One, but you're futuristic space soldiers sent from the future from the year 3939 to eradicate the Nazi."
Can I just say, I want this to be the story we tell 1 year from today. And in other odd news, Activision's under fire after they showed off their demo of Call of Duty Civil War Ghosts. It wasn't so much the content of the game as the use of the N-word as was used during the course of the game and other racial epithets that were thrown around. Call of Duty Civil War Ghosts, probably not going to do well and actually might underperform to Infinite Warfare. Civil War was probably not the place to go.
Yeah, whenever Black Ops 3 was coming out, Treyarch I actually had hope for because they do crazy things, and they don't care if it makes sense or not. I was hoping for time travel just so I could play my World War stuff, and use those guns.
You know what I would like to
everything.
see, and maybe they've done this somewhere, and I don't know about this. How about a game of like more than just combat, but more espionage during like the Cold War?
Yeah, that'd be
Like
cool too.
that is a time frame that's really not touched on in that, because we go from pretty much World War II to terrorism to space.
Yeah.
And you were saying though with 3 though, you like 3?
No,
Right. Okay.
no. I was saying I was hoping to see them do like a time travel thing, and then next thing you know, you can actually use the old weapons in new settings or something. Whatever it takes.
Old weapons in new setting. I got this old musket I brought to the future to kill everyone.
You mock that?
That's fine.
There's some dumb science fiction movie. I don't remember what the name of it is, where literally they're fighting aliens in the year like 4000 and whatever, and there's a crucial point where the aliens are indestructible to the laser weapons of humanity, and they end up in a museum.
Oh, science.
No, it's not. They didn't pull a bottle of water and kill the alien with it. Spoiler. alert.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, I'm sorry I
That's
ruined
the
that.
twist!
I'm sorry I ruined that crappy movie for you people. Believe me, it's M. Night. I don't feel bad about spoiling M. Night Shyamalan's thing.
Well,
Let's
some of
go
that,
through.
some of
Let's
that
go
stuff.
through. Let's go through that list real
Whoa,
quick.
no. He has a couple of good movies to his name, and you know that.
There is no lake. It's modern times. There is no devil. They were all dead. There it is. I'm done. Didn't say what the movies were, but you got it from there.
Wayward Pines season 1 was great.
I did not watch that,
Okay,
but I
I
do want
love
to
gonna
watch
The
it.
throw
Sixth
that out
Sense.
there.
I
Yeah,
still think
well,
The Sixth
yeah.
Sense is a great
I didn't
movie.
talk about Sixth Sense.
No, I'm just
Sixth Sense is
for-
good.
For M. Night
It
Shyamalan,
all
that's a good
went
one.
down.
And
there.
then Lady in the Water had the guy with the one strong arm. That's all I really cared about.
And
of
the
it.
visit. The visit. What's
Was
the
terrible.
visit?
Village?
Village?
No, the visit.
I don't know what the
Oh,
visit
The one,
is.
the one
Yeah.
that just came out. The kids go with their grandparents.
Yeah.
They wake up in the middle of the night. They're crazy.
Wait, what was the stupid one where nature was killing us?
Oh,
That's The Village.
That
is The Village.
No.
The Village is
What? No.
The Happening.
The Happening.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
that's
right,
That's
you're right.
Marky
You
Mark.
people are stealing from me. What? No.
Yeah, there's some definitely
He's talking
turds,
to the
yeah.
plants, like because I remember when the Happening trailers were coming out, and it looked really frightening because it's like people were like lying
yeah.
down in front of tractors and jumping up, like, dang, this looks messed up.
That is the one footage piece that everyone remembers. The person laying down in front of the tractor
Yeah.
was like the one thing everyone remembers from that. But then they're like, wait, wasn't that the stupid movie where nature was killing
Plants
us?
are killing people.
And John Leguizamo was the voice of reason. I mean, right there should be the problem.
I feel like that picture of the lawnmower was like everyone after a long week on Friday.
Yeah.
By the way, on another really upsettingly odd Hollywood note, they're remaking Maximum Overdrive, another movie about
I
things
love
coming.
that movie.
I love that movie too, but
Also,
Never
best
thought I'd see that.
soundtrack to a movie ever.
well, it's AC/DC, of course it was.
Yeah, that's the whole. All of it's ACDC.
And it starts off with the ATM telling Stephen King to go F himself.
I bought that movie about 2 years ago at V-Stock, and it was used for $20. And I was like, man, what a rip! But I want it. And I went home. That's not a common DVD. It's one of those like low print
No,
DVDs.
it's not. It's not.
Happy to have it. Love that freaking movie. Okay, so we derailed a little bit, but that's okay.
We never do that.
No, we never have. So mark this as the very first time we've got derailed.
By the way, can I say something real quick while we're derailed?
Hurry, because I'm
Okay,
ready.
go ahead.
No,
I'll derail later.
we're
I'll
going back
derail
to-
later.
No.
I'll derail later.
What's your question? Tell me.
I
where
have a
hit with
question.
Jake
he
Standoff.
he slaps me.
I have a question. Here's my problem. Here's my problem. 5 o'clock at Sam's Club, where there is 3 open self-checkout lanes. Okay? Please don't be the person who's never used a checkout lane before, because there's nothing more infuriating than being in a self-checkout lane and you look ahead and the person at the register is literally staying there with their jaw slacked and scratching their head. There needs to be someone in that employee that tells someone, I'm sorry, you're too dumb to do this, get back into the line with a
They
cash.
say- sensor,
They
like a
say they're
barrier.
actually losing more money with the self checkouts.
If you
than they
can't
are
operate
saving
it, there's a
time.
barrier and it zaps you out of it. If you
They should. They
I
should.
don't know what a UPC
No offense to the
is.
lady who was checking receipts at the end of the aisle, but a woman walked out with about 2 carts worth of stuff, and she literally looked at her receipt, goes, "Oh hi," and marked it. So I'm like, well, that's useless. That person probably still have that stuff.
Right.
Back to games. What were you gonna say?
I'm excited about God of War.
Let's just dive into Sony.
Oh yeah.
Let's just dive into Sony and
So
Let's go. Let's go to
Where did we
Sony.
just jump out of? Microsoft for the most
EA.
part, or EA? Okay, EA.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's go to Sony. Let's go and jump.
I'm excited about God of War. God of War 3 was probably one of the most like badass. It was like a Michael Bay of like of video games. How cinematic and bad, like totally over the top everything was.
Yeah, I'll have
Okay,
to check
good
out the
thing to
trailer.
clear that up because Michael Bay's not associated with good things.
He's
Ever.
associated with like over the top, like just craziness.
He's associated with garbage movies.
Wait,
seen-
didn't he do
He's
Independence Day?
Did he?
I'm pretty sure
He's
he
done
did.
a lot of decent stuff. People's like he's a bandwagon people to hate.
Yeah.
But
Transformers.
OG Transformers from 2007 was a great movie. I love Transformers from 2007.
Yeah, the main character is fantastic.
You both are full of crap.
Oh, I actually just like because all the action scenes are really cool.
Oh, no, I was just hating on Shia LaBeouf.
By the way, the most important Transformers movie is about to come out in Blu-ray, and that's Transformers the animated movie. Just saying. Unicron's coming.
Which I still need to pick up the last one for PlayStation 4, whatever it is.
Fall of Cybertron or no, Devastation.
Yeah, where they used
Cell
all the voice
shaded.
actors.
Yeah, and it looks like an old school. Anyway, God of War.
Yeah, so 3 was amazing. One of the coolest endings. It just had you at the edge of your seat. I played Ascension. Couldn't get into that because that was the one after 3. However, it's a prequel. And at 3, you have like god tier powers, and it's just like over the top powerful. Ascension, it's the beginning. It's a prequel. Essentially, I couldn't get into it. I bought the God of War 3 on the PS4. They're remastered. It's not much different. It's 1080p. It's 60 frames per second. And God of War 3 running 60 frames per second is awesome, by the way.
Nice.
It's the way it should be. But yeah, the new one, because people were all saying, what are they going to do to Kratos? What are they going to do to Kratos? Do they kill him off? Do we get another character? Well, it looks like you are still Kratos. You
Yay!
have a kid. You have a son.
Assuming you have a wife.
So you have a wife. Now, I'm pretty sure the story is
It's
not
just one of
continued.
the whores you knocked up in one of the games doing the sex.
He never does refer to true. He never refers to he never refers to her as his wife in the trailer. It's always your mother taught you this, right? Your mother taught you
That's
that.
right.
So he might be a weekend.
Your
dad.
mom's coming over to pick you up, you little brat.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
So I don't think there's no continuation from 3. I think because the whole thing is it's Norse mythology, and I'm okay with Kratos just going around and killing everything. I don't care if they go if
Is he gonna kill Thor?
If
That's gonna screw up the
10
Marvel
years down
universe.
the road,
They're
they put him in the Mortal Kombat universe. And
No,
starts
no.
killing everyone.
10 years down the road, they're going to do Christianity, and he has to fight Jesus.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome.
I have a feeling there might be a bandwagon of people that want to get this game shut down if that were the
Oh,
case.
of course, there's always a bandwagon of something. But no, God of War looks amazing. I'm pretty sure it's not a continuation. It's its own. They're just taking the character itself and putting him into a new start.
Can we do one thing though? I'm humbly requesting this of every gaming studio. Can you stop not naming your things in some sort of order? Like now we have God of War, and God of War already
I know what you're
exists.
saying. You're like
it's the same thing with like
Battlefield 1.
No. That at least distinguishes itself with a number. Because there is no Battlefield 1. There's Battlefield, there's
is-
Battlefield 2, there's
is
Battlefield
God of
1940.
War just called
It's-
God of War?
Right now, from what we saw in the footage,
So far,
it's just God of War.
That's awful.
Like, I hated it when they did that with Tomb Raider. And that, like, knock that off. Stop that. You're part of a series. And it's not even like, at least with Tomb Raider, they went back to the start, so it's kind of like a reboot. So that's understandable.
But it
God
had
of
a
War,
subtitle, though, too.
Not the original. Not the Xbox One first one. It was just Tomb Raider.
I'm pretty sure it did, actually.
99% sure it did not. There's Rise of the Tomb Raider, the second one, but the original reboot was just called Tomb Raider.
Well, you might be right.
But
I might be thinking of right.
and God of War is clearly a continuation. It is Kratos in his elder years. He has a kid. So it's not like you're starting the story anew unless this
Right.
isn't the same person.
The new one's Rise of the Tomb Raider.
No, what was before that?
Tomb Raider Definitive Edition.
That's
the one
it was
that's on the
definitive
360.
edition.
Yeah, the
Just Tomb
360.
Raider.
Just
Okay,
Tomb Raider.
well,
Right.
alright,
I'm
so it
saying
wasn't-
stop this just restarting, like just naming it the like original
Yeah,
thing.
it-
That's annoying.
Yeah, Doom.
Doom did the same crap.
Yeah.
Stop that.
I would wish more franchises. I don't care if it was like Doom 17. I would think that would be who cares? Like just
Or at least put
What-
in
what-
it,
wait,
like,
wait,
say
wait,
the year that
wait,
came
what,
out.
how
you
many
know?
bits is the PlayStation 4? Because we
Yeah.
can do the weird thing we do with 64. We just put 64 behind
God,
everything.
yeah,
and
So it's 32, 64, 128, 256, 512, and then what 1024.
1024.
Doom 1024.
1 megabyte. Doom 1 megabyte.
You get in it, it's just a big sprite. Like what the hell is this?
I want to play it.
You get my money. But yeah, knock that crap off. That was the one thing that bothered me.
It
Was
is
like,
lazy.
It really is lazy.
Because you can't tell me. It's almost like they're saying, well, it's never going to happen again.
God of War Reborn, God of War The Next Generation.
20 years from now, they might,
God of War
they
Resurrection. They love to throw that stupid word on everything.
Or like another, or they'll do. You know what they'll do next? Because they've done it already. Twisted Metal.
God of War
Twisted
4.
Metal 1.
God of War 4: The Return of Kratos.
What was the last Twisted Metal called?
Twisted Metal.
Was it for PS3?
Yep.
Great.
Twisted Metal.
Wasn't it Twisted Metal Black?
No,
that was
PS2.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. It is just
It's
Twisted
just
Metal.
Twisted
Yeah,
Metal.
because
on the
you know
PS3.
they will eventually make
Knock
another
They
one.
keep
that
rebooting.
crap off.
Yep.
And if you're looking for it to buy it, it makes it very difficult as well. Like
Destiny
on eBay.
1.
Yeah. Right.
You know who got it right? Tekken 7.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I don't
Tekken
care.
7
You can
got it
put
right.
Well,
Because
Look
also
at Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat is going with like 10 and stuff like that.
yeah,
I'm
that's
fine with it.
And
Do it.
But and also, I wish they would have, but that kind of bummed me out. Gran Turismo 1 through 6, and then Sport.
Yeah.
Gran Turismo Sport. Just call it 7. It's lucky number 7.
This is about to turn into the Angry Video Nerds chronologically confused video.
Yeah, oh well.
Well, we are
Halloween 2, Halloween 3, Situation, Halloween 4, Return of Michael Myers, Halloween 5, Revenge of Michael Myers, Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers, Halloween H2O, Halloween Resurrection. No one's going to know what order these games actually came in the
They
future.
won't, though. You'd be like, I need Tomb Raider.
Or Rocky 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Rocky Balboa.
Yeah.
And did they do it with Rambo as well?
Yeah, Rambo.
Well, that's
because one is called First Blood. Yeah.
First Blood.
Oh, that's right.
Rambo, First Blood Part 2, Rambo 3,
That's
and then Rambo.
Yeah.
Just Rambo.
Yeah,
Just
that's-
Rambo.
Now, to clarify, most of those movies just named off are all awesome, but their names
True.
are
But it
stupid.
should be First Blood Part 4, Rambo 3.
The Search for More Money.
Yeah.
So, so anyways, God of War excited, very happy. What else was on Sony's repertoire?
Well, I mean, the big thing that they talked about was, of course, Sony VR. PlayStation VR. Project Morpheus, his name is... I think it should have stuck with Morpheus myself because I like that a lot better than PlayStation VR. But that was the big thing they showed off was PlayStation VR is coming. They talked about the fact that... Now, this is the confusing thing. We talked about this before we went on the air. But they showed off the fact that Final Fantasy 15 is going to have a VR experience, that there's going to be a X-Wing adventure, part of Battlegrounds, it's a VR experience, and there's going to be a Batman Arkham experience under the cowl. But what they don't clarify here are these things packaged with the games? Like, do I have to get Star Wars Battlefront if I want to play the VR X-Wing mission? Or am I going to buy it separate? Is it going to be a separate purchase altogether? Is it DLC? Like, it's not exactly clear. I don't think these are going to be full-fledged game releases, not these single-serve, missions.
Yeah.
You can't play Final Fantasy 15 through VR the entire time. That's not what this is about.
I really think it's them kind of testing the waters, though, too.
Of seeing what people think of it and the
because, I mean,
experiences they have
look
of it.
at the PlayStation Move. I mean, it did terrible. Now, that was another thing I'm kind of worried about. Are they going... Because there's... I think the package to buy the VR, it actually came with Move controllers. They're not going to make
please,
you...
no.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm hoping it's not...
Please, no.
Because that's kind of like the HTC Vive. I don't want to have controllers where I'm moving around a damn room and everything.
Just
I
give
don't
me
mind
the...
headset.
let me just
yeah.
use the controller. What's
Yeah.
wrong with that?
That's the perfect setup.
Are you serious? So there's going to be stupid...
Yes.
Oh.
Which, it has
I've-
its place, but I don't want to be forced to use it in all the VR stuff.
I've gone from caring about this to not caring about this, like in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I'm just hoping they're smart enough to know that people don't want to be waving the glowing dildos around with a headset on.
Let's talk about a couple of new new IPs they showed off at the conference. Detroit Become Human, which looks like they're really pushing the whole decision-making process into variable ways, as you could say, the game. Now, you didn't really see gameplay footage here. You saw a lot of pre-rendering, but basically what you saw was a hostage negotiation where it goes a whole bunch of different ways, and the game is
didn't see
basically
this.
surmising that you're going to essentially be able to make decisions and cause ripple effects of all different kinds of possibilities. You're an android.
Oh,
living
is
in
this a Quantic Dream game?
Yes.
Oh, excellent. I'm buying it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm very excited about that one. Now let's go. Horizon Zero Dawn. Robots meet the jungle. It's basically like primitive times, but with modern tech, with advanced robotic technology. Looks pretty cool. I like the fact they have a female protagonist in this. I'm excited to see how that goes. We talked about Resident Evil 7 already. We saw footage of Final Fantasy 15, which I know you're not you played the demo, Matt. You're not that crazy about it, and
I wasn't,
I
yeah.
agree. The more footage I see of it, the more that doesn't look like a Final Fantasy
see,
game.
I really did want to fall in love with it, and the visuals were awesome. The music was awesome. It was all Final Fantasy. It just felt like Final Fantasy until the gameplay, the bulk of it.
Yeah.
It's instead of like a turn-based, like strategic, battle. It's just press the ever-loving piss out of the X button and then move around. Like, I don't want to do that.
I still feel like they haven't gotten it right since 10. I mean, that's
I
just how
didn't
I like my
mind
Final
12.
Fantasy.
The last one on PS2, because remember that was like
Yeah,
one that was okay, but it was
yeah.
starting to branch towards
Right.
I'm going to run into a monster and fight it. 10 is I'm the
Right.
same with 10.
I automatically dug a whole bunch of points off of 12 for the fact that they do the shady nonsense of if you open the first chest you ever encounter in the game, you can't get the ultimate weapon of the game.
Yep.
Like, I'm sorry, no one would have known that. That's
Right.
like, that is a total cop out of, well, you need to buy the strategy guide with it. So that's when it all went downhill for me. 10 was the last of the really good Final Fantasies, in
Right.
my opinion.
And
And 15...
10-2. Oh, 10-2.
I never even played
10-2. I
either.
wanted to play because 10, the story of it was what I liked the best about 10.
Was the battle
the story.
system at least the same in 10 too?
No, different battle system in 10-2. It's still turn-based, but it's not as good because 10 was the best. It had the columns on the right that showed the order of the attacks. You could really
Yeah, I felt that was the
strategize it.
pinnacle of their combat system.
Yep, and then they got rid of it all.
Yeah. Keeping up with Sony's press conference, Spider-Man.
Yeah, it looked really cool. I mean, really cool.
Now,
is that Sucker Punch that's doing that?
It's either Insomniac or Naughty Dog. I can't remember.
Insomniac. It's Insomniac, yeah. Yeah.
And the Ratchet and Clank folks. So, I mean, yeah, I trust them.
Right.
And I'd love
I
to
mean, it's
see
not
it.
really straying from things they've already done either, so...
I'd really love to see them actually do a decent Spider-Man game.
Right.
Something fun.
Was it the PlayStation 1 and Dreamcast was that it, where it's kind of open world? I think that was
Yeah,
really
it was kind
good
of open
ones,
world.
yeah.
It was fun to swing around.
Spider-Man.
It was fun to swing around. It was a good game. The only problem was it had diabolically bad camera.
Right. I mean,
that
for
would
its
murder-
time, I
yeah.
remembered really liking it, though.
Yeah, but that will quickly ruin any experience. Devil May Cry 2 fans will know that.
Yeah.
We talked about already a bit about Death Stranding. That it's the Kojima game.
Oh yeah.
And that with the very bizarre trailer. And
With
that
old Norman
Reedus
Reedus.
having a kid. So,
Yeah.
not
Leave
sure
it
how
to
I feel about
Kojima.
that one there.
Yeah, interpret it on your own time.
Yeah.
It melts into tar.
Yeah. Yeah.
And forms to build a Walgreens.
We already talked about Call of Duty. Crash Bandicoot is coming back. Unfortunately, not the way I think anybody wanted it to. It was mentioned that there was going to be HD remakes of the first 3 games from the top down, but the big presser they made mention of was the fact that Crash Bandicoot's invading Skylander world.
And he looks ridiculous. He looks so stupid.
The only good thing to come out of that was they had the sound effects right. But that's about it.
But how hard
that's
could that
about
have
it.
been?
That was a lot of force clapping there.
You could take the Uncharted engine
Yeah.
and turn that into Crash Bandicoot. Because that's the same kind of physics, the way Nathan jumps.
Yeah.
Like, you could turn that into a Crash game.
Somebody's gonna hack it and make a skin, Crash Bandicoot skin now. And there you go. You got
I'd be 100%
In Uncharted 4?
Yeah. I'd play it.
Oh my gosh, turn what's his name into the witch doctor. What's his name? His buddy. Nathan Drake's buddy. What's his name? Sully?
Oh, the old guy?
Yeah. Sully becomes the witch doctor from Crash Bandicoot.
Which, Jake and I, you've beat it.
No, I haven't. I'm about
What chapter you
3/4
on?
Yeah, I don't know exactly, but
I'm
about 3/4 away.
Chapter 12 or 13 of Uncharted 4, and by God, it's one of the best games I've played this year.
It is visually stunning. It plays well. Just everything.
By the way, to all those idiots who were screaming about why we didn't see Uncharted 5, shut up.
Yeah, I
You've
mean,
got
really?
to be.
we
just
got
got
4.
Uncharted.
And
Yeah.
they're right around the corner of going. I think they're going to continue on with The Last of Us. It's going to be another. That's what's been teased or hinted at as another The Last of Us kind of game.
I hope they do Uncharted 5 and it's called
mean-
Sully in a retirement home. He
just
just gotta
escapes-
roll around.
he escapes out of the nursing
I lost
home.
my lighter.
I need to fill your crap bag to get out of here. Pooped him.
Uncharted 5.
You're like sneaking past the guards, like, oh, come on, Sully. Busted. Like, start the level over. Damn it.
I want this now.
I'll use this hard candy to make the floor sticky.
Yeah.
This loud kid's being noisy. Feed him some candy.
Yeah,
Give him a Werther's.
Little do we know, we have a Naughty Dog listener. They're like, I need to write this down.
Or they'll do it as like a little Easter egg in the next game, like escape the nursing home. Like, oh, what have we done?
No credit. No credit.
You just make, what was that? You just make, all you need to do, just buy the Temple Run rights and do Temple Run, except for it's Nathan rolling Sully in the wheelchair through the temples.
Yeah,
That's the game.
Doctors are coming out, or like workers are coming out. Yeah.
And then you have Sully it's like Pac-Man, he's eating Werther's as they come along. Wappa, wappa, wappa.
I'm okay with this.
We've disgraced the Dave. But yeah, okay, finally, Days Gone, which might as well be Last of Us 2. I think we're all in agreement with what we saw there. That is taking place in the Last of Us universe.
Yeah, I mean, I'll play it, but I mean, it's definitely not anything I haven't seen before.
I will say this. I think the fact that they have this... I think what was neat about the game was the fact that they had a numbered wave of zombies. There was a specific number.
Yeah, that's
they
really...
were chasing you down to the point where we saw gameplay footage, and the person managed to gun them all down.
Yeah.
In that wave. So, I mean, I like the fact that they
and
have
they're using
this
traps and stuff.
infectious, like, large wave of beings. It's not just, like, endless or, like, in Dead Rising where you feel like you're never going to get through this.
Right.
There's always going to be zombies coming at you from everywhere. I think it looked cool, but I don't know if I've never played Last of Us, so I don't know.
Oh, really? Oh,
I
you really
picked
should.
it up tonight. I picked it up tonight.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
Check
You
it out. But yeah, I don't know. It looked cool enough for me to pick up Last of Us going, I need to get into this world and see what
The
this
Last
is like.
of Us, let's put it this way. If you enjoy the Metal Gear games, you'll enjoy The Last of Us, because a lot of it has to do with sneaking. But it's not
Chuck, I
forced.
need to make a return.
Oh, no.
No. It's not. No. Don't sell it like that, Jake. There is elements to where you can't just run out. Like, there's enemies that will kill you if they find you.
It's
clickers, or what they call it. Whatever.
Yeah, it's a survival horror, but not by forcing you to be survival horror. You do it on your own, basically.
You can go in guns blazing sometimes.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's better to just like sneak around or stealthily kill
Well, yeah,
them.
it's like Far Cry. It's like Far Cry when you would,
or even
you could sneakily go around the stronghold and then take them out one by one, as opposed to running and being like, "Oh, I'm your Armageddon!" and bang,
I will
bang.
say the only fault I have with it's not even a big fault, but like Uncharted 4, the AI is incredibly stupid. Like the enemies, like you'll be at a big base and you'll want to run up and kill one from behind. And there's one like watching from like 100 feet away.
Yeah.
That's like you'll do it when he's not turned around, but the body will be laying there, and the guy will walk back over and like oversee everything. You know, you can see the body. And just be like, there we go, okay. And like that, I don't care. I'm not complaining. It's not a big deal. I just think it's more humorous than anything because
that makes me want to play the new Hitman, because it's
the
always
AI
been
is supposed
really
to be
good.
like, yeah. Actually, Hitman for the 360, the first one for the 360, still has one of the coolest endings to a video game this day. I think it's Contracts, maybe?
I don't remember.
The ending of it is your funeral.
Oh, yeah.
You're in the white vest.
Absolutely, yeah.
And
Spoiler alert.
The credits are coming up.
Right.
And if you hit the triggers,
Yeah,
your
you bring
heartbeat
it,
starts to come up, and you have to kill everyone there. And it's just like...
Yeah, it's just another mission, yeah.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have known if you
Oh,
wouldn't
no,
have.
absolutely.
So
yeah.
definitely one of the coolest, like, little, like, last-minute surprises. But anyways, so what else was
I think that was it for Sony.
Okay, so let's move on to the old Microsoft, which is another name for Jake's man parts.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You don't want to mess with my Xbox.
Oh, that's nasty. So Microsoft, first off, unveiled their little bitty baby Xbone. The Xbox One.
Do we
S.
have an idea? Did they really set it by anything to kind of get an idea?
They said it was 40% smaller.
And they show like a
that-
picture of the original one.
Not hard to do.
Yeah, I was going to say.
But the Xbox One's a big machine.
Oh, yeah, it is.
So if it's really 40% smaller, that's a lot smaller.
Honestly, though, who really cares at the end of the day?
Well,
Like,
to be completely honest, the one time I do because I'm where I have it, it's tight in there.
Really? Okay.
I'm so thankful that it has an external power
It
box.
is because where I have it sitting in my entertainment center, it's supposed to be something that can fit 3 components onto
Yeah.
the shelf. it fits it, and that's about it.
Yeah, and I'm
that-
just happy that it has external power because that thing would be a heat sink in no time. But no, it's really smaller. It supports 4K video. It'll be a little bit faster. I think not like graphically. I think it's just like everything's gonna be running a little faster. Controller is slightly
Yeah, I saw that. It's a
enhanced.
little bit different.
Also,
Grips
you'll be
or
able
something.
to there's grips, which everything should have rubberized like grips on the back. You'll be able to design your controllers now.
Yes, the Xbox.com, I think Design Labs.
Yeah,
You can
which is
design
really
your own-
cool.
your
That
custom controller.
honestly, every
Can
console
I upload an image for them to?
to
they
print
did
on
not
there.
indicate that.
You don't need to be playing with something you
Because
play
you
with
know I'll
enough
be
already.
I'll be having. It's the Dick and Balls Elite.
I'm sorry, if that's true and I could do that, your brother's face is going to be on my controller.
It's gonna be jaded. No, jaded Bob, the one like.
and the words, because you can eat Stripe on the bottom.
Is it
The problem with it is...
is it jaded Bob or apathetic Bob? I forget which one.
These modern games.
Oh, mainstream games. Every time Bob chimes in, goes, "Please don't say anything about me. Please don't." These guys are the worst.
Literally
Bob,
every
Bob
episode.
thought
Yeah.
Bob thought he got away with it last week when Jake wasn't here, but no, there was a Bob reference. I think there's been a Bob reference for the last at least 9 shows. So, and again, if you come to the Mo Game Con, you can meet Bob.
Yeah. Oh
I'll
yeah.
be wearing a
MoGameCon.com.
knife-proof vest.
We're,
for
we're
when
gonna
Bob
make
comes to stab me.
we're gonna make Bob wear a shirt that's like a picture of his own face. It
It
says,
says,
"I'm
yes,
Bob."
I'm that Bob.
Yes, I'm Bob.
I hope someone comes up to me at the con and goes,
Where's the I'm
"Can I
Bob
meet
shirt?
Bob?"
Where's my Bob shirt?
Well, if the Impractical Jokers can make Screaming Larry a big thing, I could think we can make Hi, I'm Bob a big thing here on this
Fair,
show.
yeah, fair enough. I agree.
But yeah, so yeah, the Slim's coming. It's going to be starting at $299. They really didn't explain what exactly that meant. Now, does that mean memory capacity?
I think it's memory capacity.
So it's gonna be like
It'll
this-
probably be a terabyte.
I bet you it's a terabyte and then up to 2 terabytes. I
Yeah,
think is what it
I'm
says.
sure.
Because on the video, it said, I'm pretty sure, I'm like 90% sure, it says up to 2 terabytes storage.
But I
That's
mean,
not-
I added an external to mine. I mean,
Mine
that's
too.
nice.
Yeah.
See, I haven't yet, but then again, I only have 3 games for my Xbox One.
Man, with the way they churn out the free games, you
Yeah, I'm
almost
not
have
sure
to,
how
you know.
you clearly don't have Goat Simulator.
I did.
Yeah,
I
which is
downloaded that. We
excellent.
talked about that
Yeah.
that night. No,
Okay.
the only thing that takes the most space, actually, surprisingly, is Rare Replay.
I
Well,
showed my
don't use your
girlfriend
Tekken
that.
Tag 2 for free
Now,
right
is that
now.
free like forever?
It's free this week.
Oh, I'll have to.
Wait,
hurry
so
up.
it's only free, and then after a week, it's not. We
It's
can't
not
play it?
free.
No.
No, you can download it for free this week. If you wait till after a week to download it, then you gotta pay for it if you want to play
So
it.
what I'm asking is, if I
Once you
it,
download it, it's yours.
Oh yeah.
okay,
absolutely.
well then I'll do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I thought you were doing like because EA or some of the people do like free for a weekend.
No, this is free. Period. To
Yeah,
promote
Then
Tekken.
I will.
Xbox always
Then
done
I
that,
will
yeah.
get that because
Let's-
Tekken Tag 2 is awesome, and you can download the soundtrack from the old games and play them on the new one.
By the way, let's mention Tekken 7.
Yeah. Oh, how did I forget that? That's like my. I love Tekken series.
That was during the Xbox.
Oh, that's
press
right, because
conference,
it's
shockingly
yeah.
enough.
Well,
Where they showed off Akuma versus
Heihachi,
Heihachi,
yeah.
yeah.
It's one series I never really got into.
Get
there's
out.
There's no really particular reason. I mean, it's
See, that was my heyday. I'm a little younger, so like Street Fighter to me and Mortal Kombat was a little. I was a little
Street
young.
Fighter and Mortal Kombat.
For me,
is where-
it was like Virtua Fighter and Tekken.
Oh.
The biggest 3D fighters, period.
See,
Like,
I always thought virtual fighters were miserable.
well, but as a kid, that was the big thing. Virtua Fighter was the big
What
3D
do
fighter.
you like, Jacob?
Lots of things.
Okay.
Yeah, like Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter, excellent
Okay, cool.
games.
His
yeah.
brother.
No, my problem with Virtua Fighter, and they might have gotten better later, but like when you jump, it's like you're on fucking space or something like that.
Well, the jump physics are terrible, especially with 1 and 2. It's come here. I'm gonna give you a spanking. Bend over.
I know,
All right,
I
here we
know.
go.
I dropped an F bomb, and
All right.
things
All right.
happen.
Now say you're sorry. I'm doing this because I love you.
I grew
right,
up in a
next.
very strange family.
And the kinky section of the podcast is over. So, anyways, Tekken 7, very excited. I'll be
Yeah.
there to get that one for sure.
They talked about some improvements to the Xbox Live thing, and going over a couple things. Addition of background soundtracks. I love the fact that you can now listen to music like that's not in the game over the game if you don't like the soundtrack
Should
necessarily.
be that way from the get-go.
It should have been custom soundtracks from the get-go, but yeah, a little bit later than ever. I like the fact they're creating groups within Xbox, so we could have a St. Louis retro game group within Xbox Live if we were all not dysfunctional and secretly hated each other and plotted against each other every time somebody made a move, and we were like, oh, I hate that person now.
Yeah, or
like it's certain someone who came into the store and bought all the friggin' Saturn games before I got here. I'm not gonna say names. You know who you are.
I hope he does.
He should. Brett doesn't listen anyway.
So what were you saying?
I don't even know anymore.
You were talking about the
I was thinking about Abraham Lincoln. Honest Dave.
At least you didn't give it away.
Back on the rails.
No, we're never on the rails.
Xbox, right? Xbox. Gears of War 4. Kind of the looked okay. I'm not a big Gears fan,
Neither am I.
but did kick off the new campaign of Xbox Play Anywhere, which I thought this was pretty neat.
Cross-plat.
The
PC.
Yeah, basically,
If you buy it for the Xbox One,
you get it for Windows 10 PCs.
Well, they actually did that with Quantum Break already.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Quantum Break is free. Like if you bought it.
Yeah, which I hear that game's okay.
Yeah, but it's just another clear sign of the melding of the consoles not being consoles anymore, becoming more PCs.
Right. That's the speculation is.
We will get way more into that here in a couple of minutes because something else happened that night. They showed off more of Recore, which was their Dandy Sys game last year with the robotic dog and the girl with the system core, machine cores. Showed off some more gameplay footage of it. Big thing was that it's coming to both PC, Windows 10 PC, Xbox One, September 13th. Forza, which I got really excited for you at first for, then until I realized it was Horizon 3.
Yeah, it looks
which you don't like.
looks really cool. But after I've played Forza Horizons 1 and 2, and the thing is, there's pretty cool customization there, and the cars are great. But I don't want to be like, I see the Lamborghini driving on the beach, and I'm like, no. It would get stuck within 2 feet of the sand, and it would have to be towed out. I'm more of a sim racer when it comes to Forza. I like arcade racing games, but it's like if you took
a new Burnout would be great.
It's like if you took Burnout and turned it into a Gran Turismo. Don't do that. Keep it what it is. Gran Turismo should be a sim game. Forza should be a sim game. Horizons, that's the thing though. They do that now. They're gonna do every other year. It's like the other franchise. And Horizons is more of the swag fans. So
I've been saying for years I would love to see another Burnout game, and I would love the preview to be like it's showing off like really sleek, majestic cars, like a Forza or a Gran Turismo trailer, and everything's running like another Forza or Gran Turismo trailer. So you're like, which is this? And then all of a sudden there's some catastrophic 50 car crash with fire and people being ejected out of the window, and then you realize, oh snap, it's Burnout.
That would be cool.
I want to see another Burnout.
As do I.
Burnout
like
Paradise.
Horribly bad.
Yeah, see that?
Amazing.
Yeah. The funny thing is, I've only played the older ones a couple times. I didn't really like them. Fell in love with Paradise.
Everyone did.
I had it for the PS3 when it was an early release, and before my PS3 was
like
cooked.
3 at one point, and that's
I got like 07, and I remember playing. I had like 80 cars, like everything unlocked just about, and it was one of those games where you could just hop in. And it was always fun to see how fast you could get to go on, just blaring past stuff. And the soundtrack was good.
What glorious crashes you could cause.
Yeah, and it looked good. It still looks good. It's aged very well.
Yeah.
For an older 7th gen
game.
It's
not cheap, and that's a testament to the fact that it's a really good game and people don't want to give up their copies of it. So.
Correct.
They showed off some more Battlefield 1 at the conference, and the big announcement was that if apparently you're part of Xbox Live and you're a part of EA Access on Xbox Live, you get it and start playing it on October 13th as opposed to everybody else who has to wait till October 21st.
About a month and a half ago, I signed up for the EA Access for the beta.
I didn't know that was a thing.
And then, so I'll be getting that game early, for sure.
So you'll be able to play it early.
But I don't know what I'm going to get it on yet, though. I haven't decided.
Well, if you want to play it early, it's got to be Xbox.
That's why I'm going to get it on anyways, because most of my Call of Duty guys are on Xbox. So
I've got to re-up my PlayStation account just so I can get the demo of Resident Evil.
Yeah. It's funny because it's funny. I do monthly on Xbox Live, sadly enough, and I do 3 monthly on the PlayStation Network.
Yeah.
See, I just wait every year because inevitably there's at least one sale a year where it's like $30
Black Friday,
for an entire year, and I buy 2 of them, and then that way I'm square for a couple of years.
I need to do that.
Yeah, that's the way to go about it. Monthly. You're a sucker.
I am a sucker. I am.
Kind of a cool thing. Apparently, Minecraft is adding Minecraft. Well, this is weird because I understand Microsoft owns Minecraft, so they talked about this, but this has nothing to do with the Xbox One in this case. Minecraft Realms is being introduced in the new Friendly update, which is going to allow people to build a crossplay between Windows 10, iOS, Android, and Gear VR devices now, which is kind of cool. So that way you got some integration both between PC Minecraft and Minecraft Pocket. You know, you can intertwine worlds. I think that's really kind of cool.
Yeah. Oh. No, go on.
What were you going to say?
No, I'm
done.
It's
basically done.
Kind of a half and half. Like, maybe I'll give it another shot. But Skyrim.
Yeah.
Skyrim just got announced. What was it, the Ultimate Edition or whatever?
And it looks beautiful.
It does. The thing is, it's funny because the PC community is like, well, this has been around for
5
years.
The mods they did on PC did. Look
and
really
they've had
good,
them forever now.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Skyrim, those games, Skyrim's a huge game, or which way you put it. And then those systems, they got released in 2011, and those systems kind of strained. Yeah. So right now, it's like, I'm okay with that. I just really wish they would also do an Oblivion.
Well,
HD,
wasn't Fallout 4 based on the same engine?
Yep,
now?
Fallout 4 is the same thing as Skyrim, just beefed up. So that's kind of telling, though. Can you imagine Fallout 4 on the next gen, like looking even...
Well, let's get back to that, because that's at Bethesda's conference, and we're not there yet.
Well, I didn't know we were... I thought we were round tabling random stuff.
No, we were, and then you wanted to go for conferences, so now we're sticking to the format. Real quick, we're wrapping up Xbox. State of Decay 2 got announced, which was ended up being zombie game number 3 of 6 announced that night. Halo Wars 2, I didn't realize that was a necessary thing, but apparently it is. And then finally, let's talk about the most confusing thing of the Xbox conference, which is Project Scorpio.
Yeah, the new console.
So, okay, I have a lot of problems here. So, I'm confused as to, first and foremost, what this even is. And that, because we know that Xbox said they were not going to do the PlayStation Neo upgradable console. But yet, here comes this Project Scorpio that sure looks like a beefed up supercomputer, but isn't really telling us what exactly it is. Is this a super beefed up Xbox One? Is this something completely different? Is this the next Xbox console? Is this a console? Is this like a Steam box? What is Project Scorpio? And I think it's really kind of ill-fated timing that you just announced the Xbox One S, but then tell people in a year and change, Project Scorpio is going to be a reality. So if you know that and you're a person who's on the fence about buying an Xbox One, why wouldn't you just wait a year and change to find out what Project Scorpio is before buying something?
You know, they make strange... Well, Nintendo's bad about that, too. They make strange choices like that. Like the third version of the Xbox 360 that kind of looked like it. Yeah, kind of looked like the Xbox One.
360 Slim and then the E.
Here's a thought.
But they are hardware variants, too, yeah.
From a business standpoint, that was incredibly stupid. I don't know why in the world you would do it. From a PR standpoint, it is showing off a level of transparency that's unusual. That's them basically saying, look, we know we're plugging this new system. And if we come out 6 months from now and say, by the way, Project Scorpio, you're going to be pissed at us because you all went out and bought Xbox One S's, and now we're throwing this in your face. Instead, we're going to tell you about the fact this is coming too, so you can make an informed decision of whether to wait or buy an Xbox S1. From that PR standpoint, it makes them look good. From a business standpoint, it looks odd.
You know, and things can change. I mean, even when the 360 was initially coming out, they were talking about how it was going to be a Windows/game machine, and there'd be like 3 or 4 different versions of it that you could buy that were like totally different.
I remember that.
You remember? Yeah.
Yep.
And so, I mean, you know, things can change too. Who knows what's in the bag. Basically, I have a feeling they're going to do a thing of like watching what Sony's doing. They're like, Sony's just doing really well, so let's try to do that. You know.
By the way, I find it kind of. I guess here's a question mark: did Sony get a leak of Project Morpheus's video? Because Neo was, for all intents and purposes, was going to be revealed at the press conference, and we know that it's running at the 4 whatever teraflops or whatever the hell that new thing is. I'm not a computer person enough to know what the hell that means. It's supposed to be a supercomputer, but then Project Scorpio comes out and says it's 6. Now, does that mean Sony's backpedaling, going, we need to come up with a stronger thing to compete with with Scorpio now, or
who knows?
What is it? And da-da-da-da-da, and I don't
Or
know.
just maybe that Microsoft will have the upper hand this generation, the next generation of graphical power.
Well, what's going on? Did they mention anything about it? I didn't watch the full conference. Did they mention anything about? Supposedly they were going to use the Oculus on the Xbox One.
No.
They didn't even mention anything.
That
about...
was not mentioned in that, and also mysteriously missing from the conference was was it Surface or whatever thing they showed off last year, where it was
HoloLens?
the HoloLens. HoloLens was completely missing. Like, HoloLens was a huge splash in 2015 where you saw a holographic 3G projected Minecraft universe.
People
Yeah.
were like just
And people were like, just kind of
Building
picking
it.
up and picking up and all this stuff with their hands.
know-
But then all of a sudden it's completely missing and there's not a word of it.
It's weird that we mention this because this feels like articles that I read. Like, seeing articles about things that were supposed to come out and never did, like 10 years ago. It's like,
Yeah.
that would have been really cool. Why didn't they do that?
Right,
And I feel like that's what we're talking about now.
HoloLens feels like that. Like, what the hell happened to HoloLens?
Yeah.
Like, where did it go? Because it's not there. By the way, as we wrap up on Xbox, I just want to say something. Where the hell is my Crackdown footage? Where's my Crackdown 3 footage? No update. That's 2 E3s in a row now. You tease me in 14. You give me nothing in 15. You give me nothing now in 16.
who's Crackdown?
What?
Who is Crackdown?
Who is Crackdown?
Develop.
Microsoft.
Yeah.
That's their title.
I
Yeah.
believe so, yeah.
Yeah.
That's an in-house title, and they haven't churned anything
Yeah.
out.
The Crackdown became big for the sole reason that Halo 3's demo was on it.
Yeah.
But then people
Right.
discovered Crackdown was freaking amazing.
Yeah.
And Crackdown 2 came out and it was a disappointment, but they didn't give up on it, and Crackdown 3 was shown off in 2014 E3, and we haven't seen hide or hair of it since.
Oh, can we talk about how, and maybe it's cross-platforms too, Prey, we're finally getting the next Prey,
Yeah.
which is another using the same name for
yeah,
original game
knock
again.
that off. I mean, come on.
Cut it out.
Well,
They're not
here's the
calling
thing.
it Prey 2, are they?
No, they're
No,
just
it's
calling
just
it
called
Prey.
Prey.
Okay.
Which is weird because if you played Prey, the original,
Right.
and you see Prey, the new game. Now, let me clarify. I'm looking forward to seeing this game,
Right.
but the two look nothing alike. They don't even look like the same universe. They
Right.
don't look at the same game. I mean, Prey 2 has you as a Native American who gets kidnapped from a bar by space aliens.
Right.
This one has you living in some bizarro future world that at first, you know what I really thought we were watching at first, and I was like trying to put my thumb on it? I thought we were getting a new Red Faction game. I honestly thought that's what we were seeing at
You
first.
know, and I wonder...
man.
I wonder if they're using any assets, because they kept delaying it. I wonder if they're even using the same assets.
Well,
of
maybe
the
not,
other
because
games.
Prey, the original Prey was EA.
Right.
This is Bethesda.
Yeah, but okay. Whenever the next Prey was supposed to come out, where they showed like that total CG trailer, did
Yeah.
you ever see it? It was like a guy running or something.
Yeah.
Or another. I mean, they were well into development on that, so I'm
Then
wondering.
they canceled it.
I'm wondering if Bethesda didn't buy out the assets or something.
Maybe
or
they
if
did.
it's-
I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know. This was a very well kept secret
Yeah.
for them, and that's perks. We could just dive right into Bethesda because that's who's next up on the thing. This was a mixed bag. Quake Champions was shown
Yeah,
off.
which was just a CG trailer.
Yeah,
which
okay.
does
So
nothing.
that tells me holiday 2017 is as far as early as we're going to get. This.
Right.
But kind of disappointed in the fact that it's going to be exclusively multiplayer. It's going to be exclusively a PC game.
Yeah.
Which is kind of shocking. Yeah,
Where
that's what
they
they said.
alienate the.
Well, didn't they?
Well,
isn't
Quake-
there
but-
like a free Quake that you can play already?
I think so.
Yeah,
Well,
so-
honestly though, Quake was born on the PC.
Oh, absolutely.
And Quake really established like multiplayer first-person
Yeah,
shooter.
it was
genre.
it was Quake and Unreal that were like huge.
Yeah, exactly. So they're going back
Quake
to their
on
roots.
the Steam or not VR the the Gear
Yeah,
VR
Gear
is
VR.
awesome.
Yeah, it is. It's very cool.
But yeah, it was disappointing to see though that it's strictly going to be multiplayer and it's strictly going to be in the PC. I think like that's cool, and I think you're going to get Quake fans excited. But somehow I feel like I don't know. I feel like you missed the mark somewhere there. By the way, speaking of VR and speaking of Quake, and this is Bethesda too. How many copies of how many HTC Vives do you think they just sold on the promise that Fallout 4 was going to be playable on it?
Oh, sure, a ton.
that would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
To live in Fallout 4 world on
live
the
in
VR.
the
You know,
Fallout.
I actually did a setup with my computer to stream the video from my computer to my Gear VR headset so I could play Fallout 4 in VR, and it was damn amazing for, basically being a put
be really
together
cool.
thing. Yeah, I played that and then Left 4 Dead 2, and they both played really cool. I mean,
They also announced some additional Fallout 4 contents coming,
Yes.
including apparently like
More vault,
you can create your own vault, which
Yeah.
they really never had before. Assembly line, like
Yep.
automation, I guess. Automation
You'll be able to
buildings
do just
coming.
about damn near everything.
Yeah, like that game's getting really.
It's really fleshed out to like just a giant.
That's never been something I enjoyed doing in
No,
Fallout.
no, no. It's
but
not why I play it, but it's cool.
I
that
want to
it's
build
there.
my own vault. That's pretty
yeah, that I mean, it's neat. I mean, that's cool that that people enjoy that. But that what is the Nuka-Cola town or whatever
Yeah.
it is?
Yep.
Is this,
Oh yeah, the carnival.
Yeah, so
the theme park.
Is this gonna be a
I don't know what
mission
this is.
thing?
I think it's gonna be
or-
like the harbor one. I think. It's
Oh,
gonna
you
be
think
its
it
own-
will?
I
Okay,
think it will.
I hope so.
I wanna
It's
go
DLC,
visit that.
so
I
they
wanna
may
go
as
visit that.
well.
I want to go ride those rides.
I'm hoping, yeah. I'm hoping it's not just like an area. You just walk in there. It's like, oh, just people having fun.
There's a roller coaster.
Yeah,
Thanks for your purchase,
right.
sucker.
Yeah.
Maybe you put a VR headset in the game, and all of a sudden you're riding the Ninja at Six Flags.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it works. Yeah.
It's reversing it. They also did add that they're adding new additions to the mobile game.
Oh, the vault.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah.
That was a very popular game.
yeah, I mean, for free, I mean, you really can't beat it. I mean,
Another big thing, Skyrim is getting remastered and put out on the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One.
And if you have the Ultimate Edition on the PC,
You don't need that,
you
pretty
are
much.
you're getting. I think you just get it.
Oh, okay.
oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
But then again, most people on the PC have superior, graphics.
Right.
But that'll be cool. I never was big on Skyrim because it's more serious and darker than the other ones. But it'd be cool to give it another shot. And like you had said earlier, it's Fallout 4 is on the Skyrim engine. So what would also be cool is down the road on the next generation of consoles if they did a Fallout 4 HD, full on. I love Fallout 4, and to be able to see it even more, because did anyone see Digital Foundry did when the Far Harbor came out for the PS4, it was chugging along at like 15 frames per second, like worse than the Xbox One. Like it was just like it was hardly running. It looked
Yeah,
terrible.
something to do with the mist that's in there.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
however
like
rendered
if you
it.
installed everything, which no way I was.
Giant
They
pain in
haven't.
the ass.
They're gonna figure out something to patch it. But for now, yeah, I know. But for now, if you uninstall everything, reinstalled it, they show it running again, fixed, and it's 30, pretty much 30 locked. Now the fog transparency is toned down quite a bit, but it's a lot better looking because it's just not like,
Yeah.
like because a couple times it like chugged down to like 13, and you're just like, ooh.
You all of a sudden know what it's like to be a space invader.
So
Burp,
they didn't
yeah,
they
burp,
didn't fix it
burp.
with an update. You just have to.
Well, this is like 2 weeks ago I saw it,
But you
and
have
they
to
said
completely
until
uninstall?
now there might be an update. I don't know,
Okay.
but it says at that point in time the only thing you
Gotcha.
could do was uninstall and reinstall everything, and then it's fixed that way. But at least it's cool that they're
Yeah.
made the effort to it run because it was chugging. It was a chugging.
It was chugging.
Kind
But,
of reminds me of Skyrim on the PS3. It was almost unplayable because.
Well, Skyrim was really bad on the PS3.
Yeah,
Just 'cause,
oh,
like,
yeah.
It's like playing a DBX record without having the DBX machine on.
well, even like 360,
Shout out to Bob
360
for that
was,
one.
Yeah,
The
that
one
was
human
pretty
being is
cool.
like, yeah, no.
But like even Skyrim was like playable on the 360.
Yeah.
As
yeah.
was Oblivion. Like they were easier to put on those systems because they're both like essentially
Yeah, so is Destiny.
Yeah.
Sorry.
do what now?
Nothing. Laughing about that.
What Destiny?
Yeah.
What about?
360. Oh, and it's. Did you ever see people playing that game in 360 version?
It's miserable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
but
bad.
it's funny because I had my two buddies that were playing it all the time. I was like, it's a pretty noticeable difference. Like, it's not like the most amazing looking game, but like it's a beautiful. I think Destiny is actually a beautiful looking game because
Yeah.
every planet's different looking, but it looks way better. Like even like it's funny when you go to
But
the
it's
towns.
trying to like match wits with like you pull up in your Lamborghini and your buddy pulls up in his Dodge Dart and like challenges you to a race. It's like
Yeah.
you're
It's
gonna
funny
lose
when you
your
would go to
ass.
I think it was Varix, who was like at the space station, and the Xbox One and PS4. He's got this like just giant arm, like a bullet, like the shield that has like looks like a bunch of big like a weave of
Yeah.
armor. And in the 360, it's like this like one flat
He's wearing a
texture. It's very much noticeably different.
I wouldn't call it dummied down, Bob. Hi, Chuck. Hello. Yay.
Hello.
He's
Why does
playing.
he have his pants off?
He's playing a Magic tournament.
We call that magic now?
Oh,
Now he's taking his shirt off. Okay.
Guy's telling me he's gonna kill me. I cut it out. Quit it.
We're having a Magic Mike tournament.
Okay. Gotcha. My bad.
Last place.
Aw.
Not in my heart. Or in my
Chug
never mind.
chug it.
It's cola. It's cola.
Terrible sound after a Magic Mike contest.
All right, last bit of Bethesda news. Dishonored 2 is coming on November.
So does
PC, Xbox One, and
Will
PS4.
be.
And kind of a cool thing, if you pre-order it, you can get a copy of Dishonored Definitive Edition for free to check out. And that looked cool, except for, I think in the demo, they did your Dumb Guy AI edition, where literally in the demo they showed her pulling a guy off a balcony and chucking him, and then the buddy comes along and clearly looks over the balcony and doesn't somehow see the body in the ground and just kind of like, oh.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, what? No. But looked cool. You get to play as...
I'm not quite dead yet.
pretty much. You get to play as what's her name, the girl you were accused of kidnapping in the first one.
Samus.
Yes.
I don't know. I've never played those.
Could be. I don't know. I've never played it either, so I don't really
Yeah,
know.
I played very little of it, so.
Last press conference. Well, actually, I guess real quick, Nintendo showed off new footage of Zelda, Breath of the Wind.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah.
It's
It
a
looks
beautiful
cool.
looking Zelda game.
Yeah.
And while that's pretty much all they had,
They showed off a battle scene of Pokemon Sun and Moon, but
that's been known. Like that's not like a surprise. Like
yeah.
people, but
Let's make it clear: Nintendo did not have a presser. They had a digital treehouse thing, which was just people playing games, that sort of thing. Because honestly, what are they going to announce? They really have nothing coming out between now and the NX, except for niche things. So, and they're not going to talk about the NX, so there's no need to have a press conference. So, we got to see footage of Zelda. It looked pretty. Go check it out. It's about all we got on Nintendo on that one. PC had a conference too, but no one cared.
Yeah.
Like, I literally can find nothing on that conference. Like, no replay, no nothing. It doesn't exist. So we'll just move on from there. Final one we're going to talk about is Ubisoft. By the way, hope you weren't anywhere in public watching that, because holy crap, did they say the F word a lot during that press conference. And I guess it kind of makes sense, because they showed off, the big thing in my opinion was South Park, The Fractured Butthole.
yep, that is the only thing I'm honestly.
That was pretty
That's the only thing
cool.
on Ubisoft. That's the only thing I'm looking forward to.
Right.
But I'm very much looking forward to that.
It looks
Yeah, Stick of
awesome.
Truth was amazing. It looks just like...
I remember playing off the Stick of Truth thinking it's got to be a gimmicky game. It can't be that great. I played it, realized this is like a RPG, like more Skyrim-ish, like just awesomely crafted, hilariously written, good-looking game. I was one of my favorite games of 13 or 14?
It's incredible, the fact too that how great it looks.
It looks like you're watching the TV show.
It looks like you're watching a TV show every step of the way.
The animation's
the
spot
cutscenes and
on.
the action are transitionally perfect. Like,
And I love the character's backstory.
the character's backstory is great, and apparently, yeah, and the new one literally takes place after Stick of Truth. It's like the next day, the boys are no longer playing, fantasy. They're now playing superheroes.
Right.
So literally, your character of douchebag comes in, and he's wearing the crown that he got at the end of Stick of Truth. And they're like, we're not playing that game anymore, idiot. We're playing superheroes. You need to get the F out of here.
Yeah.
and that's how it transitions. So
That's awesome.
They are still doing turn-based combat, but there is some more action combat within the turn-based, because it is a different kind of game. They are kind
Yeah,
of
you
going
can like
for
move around and
combos. They're going for like movement patterns and scales and that sort of thing. Interactive environments. Looks awesome. Looks just as vulgar and horrendously offensive as it did before.
Is it bad when I look at that as a better RPG than the new Final Fantasy?
No,
You
not
know,
at all.
I mean...
Not at all. I think Stick of Truth, The Fractured Butthole.
Love it.
I love it too. That is probably the game I'm coming out of E3 overall most excited about.
Yeah, I mean, I will definitely play it.
And I do find it funny that at the end of the conference they said it's going to come out in December, and Matt and Trey Stone, who were on stage, chuckled about that, because the running gag being about how many times Stick of Truth got delayed in
Yeah.
production.
Yeah.
But they're saying it's going to be out this December. And another game where if you pre-order this, you get a copy of the original to play on your PS4 or Xbox One for free.
The
Stick of Truth.
I'm hoping that
That's cool because I kept that for I have that for the 360, but it's one of those backwards compatible games.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Xbox
Oh,
One.
okay. I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just hoping that they're basically using the original engine, so that's any
It
developments kind of out of the way.
Yeah, it looks unchanged. It looks
Okay,
it
good,
looks
it
it
just-
looks as good as it did before. What?
I'll wait till we're done with the E3 stuff. Then I got something.
Okay.
He's got to fart, ladies and gentlemen.
Real quick, going through.
Hurry!
Let's get this over with.
I'm not even going to get into Just Dance because I don't care.
No one cares.
There's a new snowboarding winter sports game called Steep coming. It's going to involve what? Steep? Really?
Yeah, that's the funny
That's
part.
yep, that's the funny part.
Steep?
Yep.
Why?
No, it's not.
Just say the name again.
Steep.
Oh, what you said afterward.
Snowboarding.
No, that's not what you said.
What
Oh,
did
I thought it was actually called.
Oh, I thought it was called
Steep Coming.
Steep coming.
There's a new snowboarding game called Steep Coming to the Xbox One.
You said there's a game called Steep
and the
Coming, and I'm like,
PS4. You suck so much. Moving on. Looking up the trailer. Trials.
careful typing that in.
Trials of the Blood Dragon. Yeah, mixing Trials Evolution and Far Cry's Blood Dragon. It's now available on Xbox Live and PSN. You can go play it now for $14.99. Watch Dogs 2. Dear God, I could not care less.
Yeah,
The original one was okay. I mean, it was.
it's one of those things where you only had one shot with the first one, really, and they burned a lot of bridges there. And
this new character does not look interesting to me. It's like
that's Rockstar, isn't it?
No, it's
Is that
That's
Ubisoft.
Ubisoft.
Yeah, it's Ubisoft. Yep.
Eesh.
Finally, a couple of real quick ones. Star Trek Bridge Crew is being developed for VR headsets everywhere.
Star Trek Steep Coming.
What do you want to talk about? I got nothing else. Oh, you can check out footage of the Friday the 13th game. It's now available.
Oh,
on YouTube.
that-
They did release an E3, a couple of E3 trailers, and it looks
That's coming out for console too,
looks
right?
fun as crap.
That's a Kickstarter
I think
game,
so,
isn't it?
yeah.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah,
it
the
was
one-
Kickstarter.
It was originally summer camp.
Yeah, it
and
wasn't
then-
gonna have.
And
or-
then they got the license rights to Friday the 13th.
the best part is they didn't even have to pay for the license. The guy just gave it out because he's like, "Yeah, we didn't do
Yeah,
anything
and
with it."
Kane Hodder, who is arguably the definitive Jason of the Friday the 13th movies, is playing Jason in this, and they showed that there's clearly time evolution because they showed like Jason just after he got his mask on
Yeah.
Friday the 13th 3, and they showed him like post being drowned and all effed up after part 8 kind of thing. So
Yeah,
looks
there's
fun.
Sackhead Jason.
Yes,
Yep.
yeah, Sackhead Jason's in there. It looks fun. I recommend going to check out.
Now, when
That's-
you say that guy is playing him, he doesn't really have any lines though.
yeah, but
All right, stand there and look very imposing. Oh my God, he's good.
I'm not going to argue with you about how acting without words is. Never mind. But anyway, yeah, that's about it for the conference.
So E3 has
That's
been
E3.
solid so far.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be trickle out.
Charlie Chaplin was a terrible actor.
He was a,
What?
my favorite Jason's Rob Lowe. So I'm excited because we're gonna go with this already. I backed it. Bloodstained. They released a little footage of the game, like just a kind of a test stage. Showed the
A
jump.
demo should be coming then because
They will, yeah, but it's not yet, but it will be.
Right, yeah, they said after
there's gonna be a
E3.
demo, and then since they made a certain amount, there will be another handheld thing as well for the 3DS, a separately downloaded thing. Yep.
Oh yeah,
Oh, very cool. Can we talk about something else then?
Well,
absolutely.
How as a Mighty Number 9 backer, I'm starting to really lose my damn patience.
Well, hold that thought.
Okay.
Before you board the hate on the Mighty Number 8, because this is a happy thing. The game.
This is how to do a Kickstarter campaign, by the way.
Yeah. So the game looks great. The graphics and lighting look awesome. The character jumping looks a little floaty, which I'm sure they'll tone that down a little bit. The music sounds awesome. Sounds typically Castlevania-esque.
Yeah, definitely normal Iggy stuff.
Yeah, and so even just that though, nothing else is like. I don't see a lot of whole other people like giving footage. But that's
Here's
a
see if
box.
the mic picked that up. Anyway.
But yeah, Bloodstain, yeah, it looks really promising so far. Even if it's not much of anything, it's still something that other companies,
Right.
I don't see a whole other Kickstarter companies being like,
Did
here's
we
some
see anything on Shenmue 3?
just drawings and stills, and
Okay.
I think there was a couple like still scenes, but
But that one's that's
The
much
scope of that game
greater
is
of a
gone.
scope
Yeah, I was
compared
gonna,
to
yeah.
Bloodstained.
and the thing is, it's the Metroidvania games. It's a simple palette. You create a big map. You fill the map with a castle-y, environment.
Right.
It's not a budget busting like graphical engine.
Excuse
so-
me, it's got to be a palace because castles,
You're
not
right.
allowed anymore.
Palacevania. So anyways,
House Mania.
that's what I'm excited. It was really cool to see that. Really happy. It makes me feel better backing it because I did a heftier backing on that one. But
So did I. I'm
Hundo.
happy with it.
I just did a hundo.
Yeah, let me talk about the other one.
Okay, so that's so. I want to say this. I did not back this game, this next one, because I'm not big in Mega Man.
Let me just say this.
Rich backed it, didn't he?
Yes, Rich backed it all right.
How much did Rich back?
I don't remember. But
baloney.
I don't remember honestly off the top of my head because it's been like a year. It's been like almost 2 years now. I'm just gonna say this. Got our second version of the survey that you take, where you tell them what version of the game you would like, and they don't really tell you much ahead of time because I said, you know what, Vita's an option. I've recently become a Vita fanatic. Let me get it on the Vita. I'd like to play Mighty Number 9 on the go. Get the notification. Okay, you've selected Vita. The PlayStation 4 and the Wii U and the Xbox One version will be available on June 21st as promised. The 3DS and the VS Vita download codes will be available at a later date to be determined.
So you're getting a DLC.
I'm getting a DLC version of a physical game I paid for.
Oh.
So that's part one of the problem that I have with this one. Next part of the problem I have with this one.
I would email them for
I would
sure.
email them right. I would seriously do that tonight and get it because.
Oh, I've already done this. Don't worry.
Okay, because I would be up in arms.
Don't worry.
about that.
I've already. There's apparently a class action lawsuit being played together right now.
Throw away
for
that
this.
Vita.
But the other thing, and this blew my mind when I saw this commercial, and unfortunately, the CU podcast beat us to the punch on this one, but I was equally outraged by this. So they came out with a new version of the commercial, which is kind of like a throwback to like a 90s style attitude in your face video game commercial.
Oh yeah.
And there's a part in there where they reference your weapons, all these different weapons. And one of the weapons they reference, they say, makes your enemies cry like an anime fan on prom night. Wow, thank you for completely alienating a good chunk of your audience, because that's a good chunk of your audience is probably anime fans who just were totally insulted. Now, apparently that was Deep Silver's doing and not the company that actually made the game, and they've apparently denounced Deep Silver for this stunt. But still, though, nonetheless,
It's bad on there. It looks bad on their end.
it looks horrible. The game has been a PR nightmare to begin with, and then you throw insults at people is what this looks like. Like, seriously, I hope there's a class action lawsuit because I want a lot of free crap for the amount of nonsense I put up with this campaign. I'm talking about the fact that I have campaigns I backed 5 years ago for movies that still haven't been made yet. I'm more pissed off about this game than I am those movies. Like, this is getting nonsensical. And I believe the game is supposed to be out a week from today.
What'd you say?
When I see it.
What'd you say? June
21st. It's a week from today.
Yep.
Actually, can I talk about a game that I backed?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, now I can't even think of it. The Tim Schafer game that came out.
Oh, I don't know that one.
Well, I backed it. But anyway.
Oh, is that the one with the weird faces that, like...
I mean, is your traditional adventure game.
Okay, no, this is definitely not.
Oh, what's it? Broken. Can't think of the name.
Broken Arrow?
No.
Oh, the one that acts
Broken
Jack
Age.
Black.
Broken Age.
Oh, Broken Age. That was free for PS4.
Yeah. So Broken Age, which came out forever ago, still haven't got my my actual physical box and the Blu-ray of the making of and everything else that was supposed to come out when the game came out. They're like, oh, it's still coming. It's like, really, guys? I gave you $100. I would kind of like something.
The problem is we have no real recourse here because Kickstarter is very specific about the fact that it's like, look, you back at your own risk.
I
There's
know.
no guarantee here and that. But, I mean, like, I went from being a guy who backed, like, everything on the planet
Yeah.
to being someone who, I can't remember the last time I backed anything on Kickstarter. I think Blood Ritual was the last thing I backed on Kickstarter just because of the fact that I was getting sick and tired of getting burned and that
I backed
for nonsense.
I backed Carmageddon. I was very happy with the results on that. Yeah.
I did. I just got yesterday. Actually, got an email because I was getting concerned. I backed Visage, which was a VR horror game. Looks like PT and like Allison Road, and they sent out a thing today, an update saying, "Hey guys, we're here." And like, we heard last week about Allison Road. That's a bummer, but we're still here.
Oh,
we're
okay,
still
good.
making it. I'm
Yeah, we
like,
need to see
"Thank
something, you know."
God, like, and I only backed. I think it was I backed $15 for a digital copy.
Can I just say, as much as I was looking forward to Allison Road, I cannot take that game seriously because of the fact that it's named after a Gin Blossom song. Because
didn't
every time I
even know
said
that.
it, every time I saw that, I hear the song on Allison Road. Yeah, I fell in love.
I had no
On
idea.
Allison
I did not know
Road.
that.
Yeah, it's a cheesy '90s song. But yeah, go on. Sorry.
It looked really good, and I'm hoping, because they were talking about a release within a few months of Allison Road.
It looks like it was all done.
Yeah, so I'm hoping somebody else
Picks
gets
it
the
up.
assets or something, you know?
Well, that's why I'm worried about this Visage game. I just want them to get done with it, and because it looks like and they're all kind of ripping off PT, which is fine. I want a PT style game.
Right.
Give me that.
And, sometimes, luckily, developers will just want their stuff out there if it's not even going to get sold. Hopefully that happens. Somebody will be like, here's everything we had, at least.
Well, let's bottom line this. One thing the thing we're all looking forward to most after E3, what is that game? I think you definitively said Resident Evil 7.
That God of War, Resident Evil, kind of fighting it out.
Okay, you?
Oh, Resident Evil for sure.
Okay, and yeah, I gotta say, South Park, Fractured But Not Whole.
Yeah, I mean, there's some definitely heavy hitters coming out.
I think the point.
I just hope it's within the next year, and they don't just keep getting pushed
Stringing
back.
us along.
Yeah.
Right, like Armageddon. Like I'm pretty sure Mass Effect Armada is going to be on Project Scorpio at this point.
I know of it.
All right. I think that's going to do it. But real quick before we go, got to remind you about Mo Game Con.
Mo Game Con.
Yep, that's August 13th from the
What
Elks
is this?
Lodge.
What's coming up?
It's the Mo Game Con, the Missouri Game Con, coming August 13th, 2006.
Is this like the E3s?
It's
Yes,
better than
it's
E3s.
it's the Missouri E3, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a Missouri version of E3. Coming to the Elks Lodge, 6330 Higi Road, Afton, Missouri, 63123. You can get your tickets and information at mogamecon.com. If you have any questions, if you're a vendor, you're interested in a vending table, you can sign up for it there. You can also contact admin at mogamecon.com for any questions. Featured guests include Adam Koralik, Platinum Fungi, Rocket Punch Radio, and of course the video game show, sponsored by Game Trader 2 and several others. That's mogamecon.com. August 13th. Be there.
Yeah, I just talked to Adam this last week, and he said he's going to be doing a video about it too.
Cool.
Going to
Awesome.
So, I mean, we'll definitely see some people for sure.
Yeah. So come check it out. Be a part of Mo Game Con, August 13th, here in the STL. I think that's going to do it, unless anybody else has anything.
That's it for me.
I'm good.
All right. Well, thanks so much for joining us. This, again, has been the 12th E3 covered here by this illustrious podcast, and looking forward to...
people.
Yeah, and hoping that E3 2017 comes around and we get to find out about Call of Duty Civil War Ghosts, we get to find out about Crackdown 3, and we get to get the sequel to Steep called Steep Coming. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great night.
Bye.